Right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Welcome to Your Aunties Could Never with Aunties You Wish That You Had. I'm Auntie AK, the aunties of all aunties. Make of that what you will. And I'm here with...
I'm Farah, the resident Caribbean, your favourite Caribbean at that. And I'm repping Grenada today, boy.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy.
And I'm Sade, all things sugar and shade.
Hi. And our special guest is a writer, director, founder of We Are POCC, author of the new book, Black Women Always, wizard in a tracksuit, Kevin Moroski. Happy Black History Month to our American family. Rap again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black. Always,
black all the time, but February is your special month.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up in today's show, we've got Enemy of Progress, Welcome to the Family, and of course, we're going to solve some juicy dilemmas.
Yeah.
Everyone watching us live, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share, and get involved in the conversation. The chat is open.
Is it?
It's not.
We're like, is it?
I'm not going to continue what I said.
I feel... Make mention that we're pre-recording, guys.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different today.
Well, that's why, because I was told to act like it's live, but we are actually pre-recording.
We record, the terminology is record as live, darling.
Yes.
That's what it is.
That's it. Act like it's live. Not
Exactly. No
actually
stops.
live.
We're
That's
talking
all.
too much. I get it.
Yeah, we know we're talking too much, but we got it though.
Everyone watching.
I think we've just started.
I know, right?
And this is what it's like.
Welcome.
Don't forget, I did say don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but I forgot to say, boop the like button.
Are you sure you Just leave it.
Boop the like button, 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 boop.
Okay.
To the replay,
It
guys.
feels like it needs a...
I think it's a 1 more, isn't it? And that's me and her saying it.
I
It's
feel
a little...
like, yeah,
But you're allowed to
it
both
needs
go
to
and do
go
some
up.
stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
it does.
timing.
Yeah.
You need to count 4-4 or something.
It's something, because every week I'm like, there's a 1 more, in it.
I mean, if you're going to do it, do it
Do it
properly.
properly.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember the old
Just
days.
saying, hashtag.
You know.
I remember the old
I
days.
enjoyed it.
Thanks, Kevin.
You don't have to
Trust me, we've come a long way. Be happy you're here now and not at the previous incarnation.
No, best. To the replay gang, if you're watching later, please leave a comment and we'll get back
Everyone's a
to you.
replay gang.
Oh my God. She's right. I'm still in mine. Let's do this whole intro again.
No!
Absolutely not.
You don't think you did a chop?
No, she's not going to do it. Let's go.
Lots of people will replay it when they watch it again.
Okay.
They're going to skip this.
Thank you.
And it's okay. You're
It's fine.
Just rate the pods on Spotify. Right, leave your comments. We'll get back to you. All right.
Yeah, don't say that. Go.
Jeez.
No,
You're just actually ridiculous.
do you know what? I forgot about this bit. All right, a lot's been happening. A lot has been happening. I'm all serious now. Rest in peace to Carl Weathers, aka Apollo Creed, a legendary actor, passed away. And Charles, the King of England, is getting treated for cancer. Dispensaru, an illegal yet successful weed delivery service, has had to change its name to Dispensary because food delivery service Deliveroo has sued them. I don't know how you are illegal but get legally sued.
You have to prove that it's illegal, right?
Did you see their logo and everything, though?
Was their logo taking a piss?
It looked like Deliveroo.
Yeah.
With a weed leaf.
Order weed. Like.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, it's facts.
They would
I mean, you can always order weed.
No.
So
No, I thought I took the question to be, you can order weed. Yes, I know you can order weed just like that, but I myself do not order weed. But I know people who
you
do.
can just order weed
Yeah,
online,
people-
just like, send me a...
Yes, there's facilities that do that, services that do that.
Okay, cool.
But we're not saying
No,
I don't.
that this company actually does that. It's allegedly.
Okay,
That's my point.
Allegedly.
right.
Jay-Z calls out the Grammys whilst the streets are saying he and Bey are close to calling it quits. And the girls are still fighting. It's Ice Spice and Latto this time. Did I say it right? Latto.
No.
Is it Latto?
Lotto.
Lotto.
You say it's Latto.
Lotto.
Lotto.
See, I would say Latto.
As in mulatto.
I thought it was Latto.
Well, no, because her name was originally...
It was mulatto.
Yeah.
And then she
But we're
realised that was
British.
wrong.
So she took
So-
the bit.
Yeah.
Beginning off. Yeah.
So now she's big Latto, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big,
Or
that's
well, Latto.
Lotto.
By the way, she and Ice Spice are fighting.
They are.
Also, apparently, Notes has been banned from Birmingham.
How does that even happen?
I don't.
Is
think
that
he
possible?
cares.
What happens when you get to the roundabout? They stop you.
Like, are they gonna have roadmen patrolling? Are you nuts?
Bros,
The
do you
guy
know
said-
bros? I can't do any more. That's it.
What's the Tommy accent?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I need to
now.
think of how my cousin
isn't
speaks.
It? Isn't it
Is
like
it?
that?
No,
Is it?
not really.
Is it?
No.
No.
No, where's
That's
that?
like
Is that
Yorkshire-ish.
Yorkshire?
That's like Yorkshire lass.
All of you lot,
What's
stop
Brummy?
it. Stop it.
No,
I
but you
wasn't
forget
doing
it,
bro.
Brummy.
You
How
nearly
do I-
did it.
How do I not?
You
How
nearly
does
did
Julia
it.
talk?
That was it, nearly.
Oh,
Brumme.
Brummy.
No, it's not that either.
No.
That.
Let's
Like
not.
Aunties
Kinda.
in real life. That's amazing. I listened before, but like to experience. Wow.
It's real. It's real. We are aunties.
Can you do a Brummy accent though?
Okay, he's not going to
I'm
try.
not.
Just try. Just check it.
And guys, this is the biggest news ever. There's a video of Drake and his big willy circulating the internet. The walls are gagging.
Gagging. Is that the word you want to use?
And the guys.
I mean, you would be.
Really? I have zero interest in seeing that man's penis. Anyway.
I don't know.
I've seen it.
I got to think you got to see it.
No, why?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm like, okay, cool.
People are
It's not
saying
gonna-
it's very light skin, like it's peak light skin
But-
behaviour.
Oh, I thought you meant his willy.
No, he's actually darker than him.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
happens.
happens.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
Allegedly.
just saying. For some men,
Some men go the other way.
Yeah.
some men have multiple
Allegedly.
colours.
Yeah.
Rainbow willies.
Yeah,
Hombre.
yeah.
Hombre.
Ombre penis, yes.
No, I
Why
won't
am I
say it.
encouraging you lot?
Why not?
Go ahead.
It's fine.
Talk about penis.
Yeah.
But first of all, after all that's in the news
good.
today.
In the wood.
Kevin,
That's a great segue.
how is life as a newly published author?
It's good. It's not. I'm almost public. Well, this is the second book I've done.
Yeah.
The first book was Notes.
Yeah.
I believe like nearly 2 years ago now, which was self-published.
Okay.
Just because people were telling me what to do, and I'm a Virgo, and I don't like that, so I just did it myself.
You really don't.
You don't.
I don't mind getting help, but I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then, so this is the second one. It's out on the 14th of March.
Okay.
Out on the 14th of March. It's going okay. I think I've done everything that I can, and I've tried to protect the work as much as possible. And you just get to a place, I think, with any creative project where you've done everything and you just have to let go. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to be what it's going to be.
It's like a child. Let it out into the world.
Yes.
Get out.
Quick!
We are going to... Black women always.
Yeah.
Just love
Why
that
black
title.
women always?
I think when I was talking about what book that I wanted to do with the guys over at Pavilion/HarperCollins, I was talking about creativity and advertising and my experience in advertising, which is just under a decade or so.
Yeah.
The reason for me getting into advertising was because I still am a photographer. I was going to say I was a photographer, but I was doing photography at a good level. Like, there's not, back in the 2010s or just before, there's not really a magazine that I wasn't like published in that respect.
Yeah.
But other people around me who were doing the same job somehow were buying houses, and I wasn't getting that money. And I was like, there's something not connecting here. Because also I'm better than all of you, so I don't, it's not connecting. And I just thought, let me go into, not only that actually, I was in those rooms, and when I was trying to like give my opinion on how the thing should be, whether it's from a cultural standpoint or just pure creativity, execution, wasn't really being listened to. And I just thought to myself, I'm going to go into advertising because I feel like that's where all the secrets are, and I'll start to understand what the money should be, how these things come about, and also I'll be in a space to help guide the thing.
Yeah.
So I went off and did that for 10 years or so, and kind of still do it via POC. But I learned lots of things and understood that basically I saw in real time the way that these agencies, brands as well, specifically mine black spaces, black Twitter, Instagram, and pick the things and then sell it back to us as if it didn't originate from us.
Yeah.
And so when it came to talking about this book, I really felt like I wanted to talk about all of those things and highlight all of the skills that I had before going in. Because now I can go into a room, not even now, but I realized I could always go into a room and pitch and sell in an idea, right? But really and truly, I'm just a rank Jamaican. I can tell a story.
Hey!
Do you get it? So it's like, I was going in, I think, they're going to teach me how to pitch and deliver the da-da-da-da-da. But actually, I've always been a great storyteller. So if that's the case, there are other rank children out there who are like, will be told that they're chatty or they're class clowns, but actually they have a gift set, a skill set.
Yeah.
They're just not being guided in a way to say like, you can actually do this. This is the way that you do that, or the other. Or we've got other kids that are very particular and peculiar in the way that things need to be done and the way that they absorb information. Great. You should be an art director because you can come in and see what is wrong with the picture. And I really wanted to make that book and write that book. And I want to write from a very honest space. I am answering your questions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You are.
I don't even know the way that you lot took long to make this whole intro. I can take my time.
Wow. Shade. Love it.
I told you that I was rank. No, kidding.
You're not.
But you know.
So I started to look at these different subject matters, and I started to think about, I always think about the credit of the thing. Because as I said, I went into that industry and I was just like, you've just robbed this from over here.
Yeah.
So-and-so was doing this just now and you've turned it into this. Miley Cyrus taught you about twerking. Just basic things like that. And so it's always been in me to obviously give credit, but I think even more so being in that environment and watching how things were, stolen. Credit is important. So as I thought about the book and developed book, and I was like, well, where did you learn that from? Where does that energy come from when you look at boundaries, when you look at the big idea of a project or, you know, like a branding idea? And just to say out loud for those who don't know, like, if we're talking about a big idea, it's the thing that sits above for a brand that everything kind of comes out with. It's a really basic explanation of it all, but Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
From that, you get women's football and being able to do it, and disability within sports and being able to do it. It's like, what's that big thing? And to me, my role has always been authenticity and building that kind of big idea for brands. My question was always like, what would be your perfect home? Because if we think about it logically, where are you most comfortable at home? Where do you put all of your energy to making that place feel real, where you can express yourself and all of those things? So I'd always like asked that of brands. And in the beginning, people would be like, what a mad question to ask. Until they saw my results, and now everybody's like, da 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 da. All of that to say, I need to talk to the people who inspire me within these areas. So if I talk about boundaries, Julie Aganuga is the one that really taught me about boundaries. I remember we met on the set of this particular brand that doesn't exist anymore. And no, they doubted me, and I'm glad you went bankrupt.
Fair.
They don't exist anymore. And I met her and we vibed just like that. And we exchanged numbers and we was chatting and keke and just like quick friends. And then she was like, we need to meet up again soon because things are about to change, but she wasn't really saying what the thing was. And I was like, yeah, but in my head, I was like, nah, I know that we're brethren, so it'll be fine. And I remember like a month or so later, she got the Apple job beats on the radio job.
Yeah.
So her schedule changed, and then there was no time to like link in the way that we could have before. And the way that she was moving had changed. I wasn't worried because I was like, no, we're brethren, like it's cool. But I deeped, I was like, oh, you knew that your life was changing and you put boundaries in place to accommodate that change. You didn't wait for the change and then was there and were holler with people trying to explain, oh, I'm on this journey. You were like, nah, da. Although in the book, when we talk about it, she's like, I didn't realize I taught you that. I was just like busy, like kind of thing. It's quite funny, but then we go on further to talk about boundaries. All of that to say that in all of these subject matters, every time I was like, where does my core value or understanding of that subject matter come from? It was one of these black women within my life. And so I was just like, actually, when we really are honest and we deep it at the core of all culture, of popular culture, of all the things that we love, it starts with like black women. And so I should say that with my chest. I also, a side note of that, mainly I wanted to champion all of the black women in my life. So that's where that comes from. But the side note of it is there's a pandemic of like black men pretending to care about black women.
Oh, say that again.
Black men pretending to care about black women.
In capital letters.
And I find it really boring. I find it reductive. It smells, it's gross, it's icky. I don't like it. And I'm not feeling to get on the internet and argue with these men. I'm just going to do what is meant to be done and embarrass you because you think you're doing the most when you're doing nothing at all. So here I come with my little book, not even giving up space and not even sharing space, but just dedicating space to say, actually, all of these things I learned, the foundation of them have been passed on to me from different black women within my life. And that is the way that I feel like you show up and you stand behind your words, literally. Because I'm just tired of these like lives and like these little meetups where some of these men, it almost feels like they're trying to start cults or like
Most of them.
Very,
Most of them are doing the whole thing, definitely.
very bizarre. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect.
Okay.
No, we resonate.
Okay.
When is it out again? Remind everybody.
14th of March. So please go and pre-order and get involved. I think there's a thing where authors come along, they're like, pre-order, please, and it's like very polite. And it's like, no, pre-order the thing.
Get that thing.
Yes,
Get the thing. It's the pre-orders are important because everything that is pre-ordered up until that point adds as, the first day sales.
Okay.
Right, okay.
And then that's how you're like, right, you're in the top whatever. It's not about really waiting around and, oh, I'll get it today or I'll get it. It's like, we're trying to impact the thing. Like the titles, it's a really big, bold title to put in that space. The image as well, was from my time in Cannes. I write about it in the beginning of the book and explain it. And basically how I was at Cannes Festival, which is like, there's two festivals. There's like a film one and an advertising one. And how gross I have constantly found the advertising one. And while I was there were, again, just all of these amazing black women who didn't hold any doors shut or try to hold onto their power. They're, oh my God, you need to meet so-and-so. Come with me, and drag me over here to meet so-and-so and this and that and that and that. And then I was on the beach on like the last day or maybe the day after or so. And as you can see, there's just these black women who were part of the thing. And as you can see, they're just such a minority. But even in the middle of being a minority, they're still having fun and they're still making memories. And so the whole thing just ties together. The book is orange because of my grandmother. You come to her house and, not me about to cry, but I love her, I miss her so much. But you'd come to her house and she'd pop up with orange and be like, oh, take this with love. to anyone, like every single time without fail.
Yeah.
And you know, grandparents do the thing where they randomly have 10 or 20
Something.
pounds.
Yeah,
And
something.
your mum's like, why do you keep taking the money from? But like, they always have, it's always like an orange. So she's like one that I wish I could have been able to talk to in this book. But so yeah, the book just, it breaks down the language, I would say, of advertising and creativity in a way that even if you're not interested in advertising, so to speak, not so to speak, but even if you're not interested in advertising, but you're just a creative person, it talks about the execution of the thing, where you find peace. There's, intuition in there with Kelechi, fun with Tolly T. There's a Virgo chapter with my friend Janelle. He's the founder and the founder of Prick London.
Okay.
Conversation with my mum, conversation with Shai. So there's lots, and also I made sure there was an eclectic mix of different Black women. I think some people would have gone off and made this, me being shady, but some people would have gone off and made this book and like got all of the famous Black women. As if like some, just because there's the number of followers, just because of your number of followers, that means they're more valid than my brethren Bashira, who's in the book, who I've known since 15 and isn't really on social. But my brethren Bashira is the one that was with me fighting like homophobic boys in like Croydon. I will catch a body for Bashir anytime. Say it on record.
Those proper special friendships.
Yeah. But then equally in that same chapter around friendship and inspiration, I have like Bashira, who I've known since 15, and then my other best friend Ashley, who I've known since I was 15. Now Ashley is like a big like actress and out there, but I love that chapter because it shows where we all came from and where we're all at, but also the values are still there. So I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Well, we were informed, educated. We know to book the book. I wanted to go to book the live button, kind of make a rap about it, but
pre-order it.
We'll put the link in the description box.
Yes. Speaking of men who pretend to care for Black women, we're going to get into enemies of progress. This is where we just talk about all the people that are holding us back in this world. First up is Tyrese the Latino. He's Latino now.
Tyrese the Latino.
Sorry, Tyrese is in My Baby. Like, sing the Tyrese.
Yeah, sing a
What was the
Tyrese.
song that you was about?
I don't know.
I'm not sure what song that was.
Everyone else is going to let me move on, and you?
I wasn't sure.
Are you all
I
right?
side-eyed you. I just like, okay, but you said Tyrese and the singer. Yes, that's right. So Tyrese decided to share more of his unsolicited nonsense on social media the other day. This time saying he wished he was born Latino because they know how to stick together compared to Black people. That's not even the worst of it. He went on to share that he's learned a lot from the Jewish community, who eat dinner together every Friday, and the Muslim community, where they favoured boys over daughters because the father is important. Now, I'm not saying that eating together is not to be inspired by. I'm not saying to be inspired by a culture that puts men at the top of the family.
It's just not
So wait,
true.
so from my understanding from what you've just said, every race, apart from his own race,
absolutely.
he appreciates.
That's what he
And
Oh,
so
okay.
let's just make a note of it.
Just
He
wanted to
dropped
make sure that
this
was clear.
literally on the first day of Black History Month.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was making a point.
Maybe your family's trash and you never had those experiences, because everything you just said I experienced growing up.
Same.
So are you all right? I also feel like he never creams his skin properly, and that's a telltale sign.
Oh my God.
Is it not always ashy, or
It's true.
it's just always like you can just like,
He's never got that shine.
Yeah.
it's never got
What
that
is
shine.
that?
I don't know.
Hateration.
You know, he
That's
probably
what it
doesn't.
is.
You know, he probably doesn't moisturize. You know, he probably thinks he don't need to cream his skin.
Dehydration.
Yeah.
He comes out of the shower and just rolls.
He don't mind
That's what
his
he does.
business. He's in other people's
It's like
business.
that. It's like he cleans
chatting.
with like that watered down baby lotion.
Baby lotion, the pink one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he uses.
Because there was a change in that. At one point it worked, and then they did something to the like,
No, but yeah, it's family. It's family, because also like even fundamentally, you know, both of his parents were like alcoholics and drug addicts. Like, it actually is family. He actually didn't
didn't
have
know
that foundation.
But also,
you should know that.
But you should
just your family, innit?
yeah.
Not
But
everyone.
also, if that's the thing that you feel like, if that's the thing that you feel like your community needs, then cool. Like, share that, encourage that, put things in places to, put things in places that allow Black people to come together in that way. Talk about that in a positive, like, why? Like, it just doesn't. It's, you're bored and you're tired.
He wants his name out there again.
Someone's in the comments, how to remain relevant today? Say some dumb shit on social media.
There we go.
About black folk.
He keeps saying dumb shit.
Yeah, it's not welcome.
Every other day.
Stop.
Who's he like?
Where are your
Who's the
friends
actor?
as well? Like,
It's a
He don't have
take the phone
friends.
from
Yeah.
you.
Take it.
He doesn't have friends, you know. He's got his girl, but he doesn't have friends.
But which
he
girl?
keeps
He's always
taking
got a
the piss
different
for them.
woman
Do you
every
know what I
minute.
mean?
I would love to understand though what he thought the response would.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares.
No, he's probably
'Cause he
trying to
talks
get
to the
a-
internet a lot, and it's like he just wakes up and says, "You know what? I'm going to tweet." Doesn't even think about it. Just writes to see what happens.
Cute. You can keep doing it. Well, Fast and Furious is nearly over, and then after that, what's going to happen? You're going to keep popping up in these
gonna do babe.
secondary roles of like, oh, I'm in the background, G.I. Joe, and then you disappear
Yeah.
and no one sees you. Like,
Do you remember him cussing about the fact that he hadn't made it and how, you know, he was extremely bitter about the fact that he felt that he should be bigger than he is?
Yeah.
Well, this is not the
he
way
is
to
an
do
arsehole,
it.
isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
All right, let's move on because no, Tyrese.
Yeah, that's enough.
Not
for me.
true.
He's a
Non-truth.
classic enemy of progress.
Yep.
So my enemy of progress was kind of like a question between two options. Yeah. So TikTok versus Universal Music Group. What is going on? Who is the enemy here? Because they have not come to any sort of conclusion with the recent dispute about, I think it's fees over what TikTok should be paying to Universal for their artists, which means the deadline has now passed. It means all of Universal's music group's artists and who they publish, every single one of them is now removed from TikTok. So if you use Drake, Rihanna's, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, so many others,
Haven't
yeah.
there been things popping up as well saying this music is disallowed?
Yeah, so you can but it lets you choose another song if you want to. But who is the enemy of progress here? I'll let you guys discuss first, and I'll say what.
Who's an enemy?
It sounds like TikTok's doing the, like, Universal saying they're there for the artists and for people like need to get their stream payments proper, their royalties properly on these platforms. And TikTok's like, well, they're kind of like, I don't care. Like, this is what it is, and you're just losing out on a big opportunity. We've got, you know, that thing like, if you work for
billions.
us, you're gonna get the credibility for
Like the
working for this
exposure.
company. Yeah, exposure. You get paid in exposure rather than actual ducats. So I don't know, man.
You know,
it sounds like TikTok a little bit, but they're standing on business.
you know that Spider-Man meme where the
Yes,
Spider-Man
yeah,
pointed at
right.
you?
Yes.
Yes.
I just feel like you're over here running your gums about you're not paying us enough money. Behind you are your artists talking about, sorry, where's our money?
Yeah.
It's just like, you're all trash.
Yeah, basically.
You're all trash. But with that being said, Universal, I would, maybe wind your neck in slightly because people can still make funny videos without the music.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
This is
If you
the
think
thing.
about it, like I will watch TikTok like it's Comedy Central or something. just for-
Honestly,
you know what I mean? And none of that involves music. It's just people pointing out the
Yeah.
faults in their lives that I definitely have, but would never admit publicly. So it's like therapy. Your music doesn't really make the platform in that way. It's not like, what's that other one, Triller, where it's music.
That's the one I've never been on.
Never ever, apart from when Versus was
I've
on.
never been on that either.
They tried to make us watch it on Versus and we didn't. We rebelled.
I think I did one.
Yeah, we didn't bother with that.
I
was fine.
agree, you know, it's both of them. I think they both are. This is, you know, who's the loser in this? The artist.
Yeah.
They're losing, and you know that's the shame about it. But weren't TikTok gonna be banned in America anyway?
yeah, that
And
can't happen.
in the Western world. Like,
But
they
they
gonna
just
get rid of it.
that was just it was just propaganda, really. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to get them to censor, to adhere to their censorship laws, like they do with Facebook, because obviously Facebook's an American company,
Okay.
so they have to abide by like certain rules and bend to certain things, really. Do you know what I mean? But we don't, to a certain extent, you don't want it to be the same as that, right? So like, for example, when the riots were happening in France recently, you couldn't see that on Facebook. You couldn't see it on Instagram, but you could see it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Because the censorship is different. But I think like, I do think Universal Music Group have a lot. Like, I don't know what they're playing at, because really and truly, like, if we're going to talk about the Grammys, a lot of those tracks would not get the traction that they have if they weren't on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? But I think this is an opportunity for independent artists, do you know what I mean, to get a shine, to get a, you know, look in and everything like that, have a chance to be viral. So I think they have the opportunity to take advantage of this now, really. You know,
An opportunity.
So it's a draw then. They're both enemies of progress, really.
Yeah.
well, I don't know. You know, I love
You can't say
TikTok.
TikTok is
I know you can't.
She can't say it.
I do, seriously.
I think TikTok's a little cheeky, but overall,
They're being cheeky.
I think it's Universal as the enemy. But yeah, like your house has to be in order before you start running up your guns like that. It's wild.
That true.
They're acting like the UK.
Yeah.
So imagine
And
you're,
America.
you're an artist.
And the
And the
Western
Western
world.
world.
So imagine you're an actual artist, like a UK artist, yeah?
Yeah.
And you can't, your own tracks can't be on TikTok.
One of the biggest
That's
platforms.
crazy,
Yeah.
you know? You can't promote anything.
Your own thing, yeah.
Your own thing. That's crazy.
You have to go back to Instagram and the other places. Where the aunties are.
Or get rid of Universal, go
Yeah, there's that.
independent. That's that.
All right, speaking of music, the Grammys are in here. I don't know. I mean, award shows tend to be enemies and then progress and da-da-da, but they're in here because they chose not to televise any of the rap category awards.
Yeah.
That was a bit rude. They mistakenly announced Nicki and Ice Spice's Barbie track as Rap Song of the Year.
That's hilarious.
Well,
That
that's what they're
wasn't a
saying.
That's
mistake.
fucking hilarious.
That's what they're
That-
saying.
You
Jay-Z
know,
did that.
Jay-Z and Beyonce paid for that.
Pay for that mistake. The actual winner was Killer Mike. And the Barbs, as you're saying, the
But I
Barbs.
do like Killer Mike though.
Yeah, Killer Mike.
yeah,
His
yeah.
album is fire anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
he
so-
won 3.
What happened to him
Sure.
after? Like,
He got
Basically,
arrested.
I know, but what
But there
for?
was no charges. I feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
publicity.
Identity or some
No,
sort of
I think
thing?
it's publicity.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's kind of going in the themes of the album and some of his songs and everything like that. Do you know what I
okay.
mean?
I quite like that.
Like, yeah.
Because they weren't saying they was just like, we'll talk about it tomorrow. You'll hear
Yeah,
more.
like there's no charges. What are the charges, bro? A black man's got arrested at the biggest music award show. We don't know the charges. Come on. Don't believe that for a second.
And the Grammys have also only awarded 11 black people in the Album of the Year category in its whole 66 years of existence, which of course triggered Mr. Jigga Man Jay to call them out for
Wanted to
yet
call him a gigolo. He was about to say
No,
Mr.
Jigga Man Jay. To call them out for yet again overlooking his wife Beyonce, who, although she currently has the record for the most Grammy wins ever, she has 29, she hasn't yet been awarded Album of the Year. In Jigga's words, she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that just does not work. And Beyonce wasn't nominated at all this year. She wasn't nominated at all this year anyway. Jigga was, by the way, there to accept his Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, where
Which
some
I'm
say
questioning.
it's wild that you're calling them out whilst accepting the award. People say it's hypocritical.
He can do what he wants.
It is hypocritical though.
Oh gosh.
He can do what he
But
wants.
he admitted being a hypocrite anyway.
Yeah.
During his speech.
I boycotted and then I watched it.
Yeah.
And he was nervous. But so are the Grammys an enemy of progress?
No more than they usually are.
They've been an enemy.
And it's
man.
true, the metrics aren't metricing because how can Beyonce be like the most nominated and award-winning Grammy artist ever, and she's never won that? But then, you know, like
Plain
I said,
in
some
their
of you
face.
lot shouldn't be in the category, and some of you.
She's had she was won one of the major categories. There's 4 major categories. She's only won one of them. So in overall, she's won the side parts, but
Yeah,
not the
they're taking a
mains.
piss.
It's just ridiculous.
And Anna, what did you say?
Slap in
Do
the
you want to
face.
say that on record?
I said that Beyonce has only got one, probably 2 good albums anyway.
Nonsense.
Oh, God, Nana,
No.
please. Just please.
I was riding. We were rooting for you.
Yeah.
We were all rooting for you.
But Nana,
Mean.
have you actually listened to them?
She won't.
The 2 that I listened to.
So then you don't really know. That's why I had to say that, because she doesn't actually know.
Like all her albums.
She doesn't feel.
By those metrics.
Yeah.
She's got loads more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly.
I'm not doing
I
this
mean,
with
it's
you.
like B-Day, where she's got her arms up like in that. You know, like she's wearing
Crystals.
crystals. What's that one?
Beyonce, no?
That one. I like that one.
I think so.
And I like
First
the
one.
Check Up On It, that album, whatever that is, where she did like a video album.
No,
that song is not in that.
Pink Panther.
It is.
First of all.
Oh, okay, I like that song.
Yeah.
That's not
It's not an album.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
But the volume matter is,
I like Check Up.
you actually like Beyonce.
I know.
then.
I don't like her.
No,
You do though. You just like to not like her.
You're walking across the living room.
She is. She
I
is.
can't twerk though.
Dipping.
Right.
She's dipping and
But
she's
it is that thing
walking.
about Jay-Z's accepting an award whilst dissing the awards, but then the awards shows a way you get political if you like to and call them out. Where better than to call them out than at the place? But if we're black people, we should know that in these awards they always play games. The fact that they didn't even televise a rap category at this big 2024 when rap is one of the biggest genres in the industry, like in culturally. Well
That's
done.
crazy.
To the point where
It's
this.
hypocritical, you know, that you took the award and cussed them out. I
It's-
think we have to move into a space of like, I'm coming to get my things, but also this is some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, thank you, I deserve this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking it, but also your mum.
Yeah.
Right?
I just,
Do you know what? It's almost like he was on that path and then he
Yeah.
looked around and was like, oh, but I love you, or I just get it right.
Beyonce gave him the eye.
Yeah, Beyonce was
way
like,
too-
boy, if you don't shut up.
She did that.
She did. And then Blue was like, Dad. Blue thought she was getting up there for some, greatness. In the end, she was like, Dad.
That just
support
showed
Danny.
I know, and also the day, I think he was up there collecting his award because Dre's his brethren. I'm going to honour the black
But I don't, he was there.
What's up with Dr. Dre?
was there.
No, he was
in the
there.
audience.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
no, Jay pointed to
It's
him.
named after him.
I
He
mean,
doesn't
I
be
know
on
her
there.
face said
But he was
one
there.
thing, but like, as a Virgo, she was very happy he did that.
Close, yeah.
I forgot that. Yes.
Yeah, as a Virgo,
This is
if
like
I was on, if
Oh,
if
yeah,
my
yeah,
guy
yeah.
was on stage
Yeah.
and
And
he
you
started
didn't say
cussing,
anything.
I'd be like, oh wow, but also.
Yeah,
go home.
you know he got, he got some good. He got it good. Yeah.
That's right.
Well done. Well done.
The lyric is that's right, innit? Because you know
Yeah.
I was singing Black Lives.
I said, listen. There's black lives. I said black lives. I said black light. There's a whole bunch of things.
Black Lives,
Yeah.
and I was giving her props until it was like, no
Stop it.
props go
You
to
just,
that woman.
Oh
mean,
my
she had a
God.
Nana, stop.
I did used to like her.
Why did we all
Why do we want people that all like her? It's like, it goes
You
against my
have to
inner
be.
nature.
You have to be different.
Can we
I mean, if we're talking about.
go on?
Go
Finish.
on.
No, that's fine.
Just go on. No, I want to know.
I'm just going off the back of what Nana said. If we're talking about not liking someone because everyone else likes them, that's me and Drake. And Taylor Swift. I hate her.
Oh,
Hate
wow.
is a
What
bad
do you
word.
like about Taylor then?
No.
I couldn't. I'd rather hate.
Did you see her again? What did I say the other week? I was saying that she's a pick-me, right? Did you see her? Did you see her? Did you see her? What for? No one's there.
Every time it's always on you.
Did you see? The award show has started.
her.
Trevor's doing his monologue. She's coming through. Oh, you didn't know what time it started? Are you black?
Wow.
She's
Not
annoying.
like her.
I am not.
She's annoying.
Late.
Pick me. Oh my God. You won an award. It's so
Some
amazing.
positivity.
Media.
Sorry.
That
Go
we
on
could like
then.
edge back some control. Just to highlight, there was a big moment for the UK scene with Roll Deep member Flo Dan.
Oh,
getting a
yeah,
Grammy
that was nice.
For his collaboration with dance group Skrillex. The Grammys have introduced an African music category, which saw Tyler.
You know what? To be fair, it's a big track.
That was bad.
It is a big track,
Man.
but
Not Grammy.
it's ridiculous.
Not Grammy.
No, I think the song is cute. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like best performance is crazy when
crazy.
Burna Boy is in that category.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It's
crazy.
It's absolutely
But it's
ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's the Grammys. What are we
But
going to do?
I do like I wish her the best. I really hope.
I wish her the best on her
Yeah.
travels. I think that she will do well, but I just think that you shouldn't have won that.
Killer Mike won
Shouldn't
3
have won
of the 4 rap categories, as we said. And shout out to Scissor. I can't say it. My lisp. What? Oh, you're
Sorry.
mocking someone with a lisp and a stutter.
I did not at all.
When?
How did I mock you with a lisp and a stutter? Shut up. Don't get lost. Not please. Please. Because I was remixing. Look. She's chatting shit.
Sometimes have a list.
Yeah, since last week when she said it.
Is this because you pronounce words differently?
Did you bite your tongue?
You know, I went back and I watched our first episode on Aunties
Never.
on
I'm
YouTube.
not
I went
watching
back and
that.
watched it,
Oh, God.
and you couldn't say Medea for some reason.
Medea?
No, there's so
Yeah.
many things that she doesn't
seriously,
say.
That was literally the first
What's
episode.
Mardia?
That's what you said.
That's what you said. And I was feeling the same feelings I felt at the time. I was just like, this girl,
My dear.
it's been
Medea,
from the beginning.
Mardia.
From the beginning, she does that. That's her.
4 years, you know.
That's her.
Mardia.
Just
There's
make
bare
up
things.
pronunciations.
Medea.
What was that one that she said?
It is from Mummy Dearest Mardia.
Oh.
That's where it comes from.
Fellatio.
Are we not American?
Yes, fellatio.
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 It's fellatio.
There was
Okay.
something you said the other day. I have to block it
did.
out. I can't.
I mean, what's your business, to be fair?
See, because you're just loud.
Yeah, there was literally something else the other day.
Anybody?
I only watched the first half an hour. It's all right.
Watch it.
It's
I
not
watch them
terrible.
sometimes. They're not that bad. You've got like cringe moments. They're not.
I get secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man.
But we,
Nah, it's fine.
but we all did roll our eyes.
But
It's
I mean,
almost in
Medea.
unison.
Mardia.
I think what we do now when she
Mardia.
says it, we ignore it.
Just ignore.
Yeah.
I mean, leave me alone. See the bullying?
Yeah. No. That's not bullying, man.
Sorry.
It is
My
bullying.
God.
Oh God.
Shout out to Scissor.
There we go.
Sister. Sither.
Yeah.
Scissor.
Just said it.
You said it, scissor. Yeah.
Doesn't feel right. 1-2. Victoria Monet 1-2, and Coco and Coco Jones 1 as well. That's all.
Big up to the blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, rooting for everyone.
There's
black.
more.
I
but
like
we got
Victoria
it.
Monet.
Okay, next on.
Sorry.
It can be anybody.
Okay, so Enemy of Progress. It is going to be Keke Palmer's baby father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, he went on a bit of a rant, Darius, because he is an asshole and this is what he seems to do. And he seems to be caping for all of the lost baby daddies out there that are not able to see their kids. And for some reason, he left out that he is not able to see his child because he's an abuser. But his rant is long. Don't have too much time to go into it. But he used the term Jezebel. And he said that the Jezebels have been given a platform to talk. And the guy is just a classic arsehole. Keke did come back and was like, narcissists are the first ones to start talking. They may be talking about each other, but he was out here still slandering our sister's name, and it's out of order. I say he definitely is a certified enemy.
Yeah, he
of progress.
stopped. Also, should stop.
He,
talking.
he hasn't come out of the enemy of progress bin
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
what, 6 months ago, whenever the hell it was
What,
that he
you a
mentioned
mom?
it. Yeah.
You're a mom.
Since then,
You can't.
he's remained firmly in that pit.
You can't. We have cosmic ties / karma with people, specifically people that we have physical relationships with or just friendships with. So the way that you leave that is really important because what goes around comes around. But Keke is a whole Virgo. I bring everything back to being Virgo. It's the best thing in the world. Keke is a whole Virgo. Two things are going to happen. The ancestors really don't play about with anyone, but with Virgos. But also, anything that he says to her and tries to annoy her, it's just more fire and
Yeah.
it's going to come back 10, 20 times more. If you would like me to stop what I'm doing as king of the Virgos, I just need compliments, just be nice, I will go and retire. The moment that you turn around and you're like, you can't do this and that and that and that, I'm going to buy your house and evict you. I'm going to buy your company and kick you out. I'm going to watch what she does. Watch what she does. Did you, when he was running his guns before after the Usher thing, did you not see the
Yeah.
Leave Virgos alone.
Yeah, she
Leave
went and
women
go.
alone, but leave Virgos alone. Leave her alone.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like he can't help himself, you know. He
It's
always has
jealousy.
to go on a little. Well, it's not even a little rant. It's a long
It's a
one.
long-
With
Yeah.
bare tweets. Like the dude is on one at the moment.
It's jealousy and it's also guilt. And I don't think a lot of adults, a lot of us have taken time to understand what guilt is for. And guilt is, for me, at least anyway, something that you sit in a room with for 5-10 minutes for accountability
Yes.
Yeah.
by yourself. And then like, right, okay. And then you're out and you apologize for the thing. You take your L. I also think a lot of people haven't been in enough fights and gotten beaten up.
Right.
Oh my god.
They
Well,
haven't-
Listen, some people haven't had licks.
Honestly,
a
yeah.
good bitch lick.
Yes.
Honestly.
Caught that L And like, rah, okay.
And just had to
Humble.
Correct.
themselves.
Yeah.
So that they know I better not
Yeah.
do that again because I might get licked down.
Yeah.
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 It's too true. It's too true. People aren't giving
Seriously.
dirty slaps anymore.
Oh my God.
much.
A dry, dirty slap.
It's internet
Sometimes
warriors.
people need
that's
that.
why. It's internet warriors.
I agree.
Okay.
Two-handed slap.
Yeah. I mean,
But remember, people were losing their hearing from that with like the tango.
Yeah.
type.
But they weren't hearing in the first place.
do you know what I mean?
And what do they say? All those who can't hear must feel.
Feel.
Yeah.
Must.
Those
Yeah.
are dangerous.
Obviously not promoting violence and all that
No.
stuff.
I am,
guys.
not
Yeah.
really.
Maybe a little piece.
But really.
Just jokes.
One of them too.
Okay, this is like a quick one because I think we can all agree. This is about a white woman. I don't know what her name is. Maybe it doesn't matter. But she is plagiarizing a black woman's work on the internet. Surprise. Are we surprised? Not surprised. Basically, there is a Instagram page, which I think is just called Affirmations for Black Men. And it's where this creator gets like submissions from different black women who affirm black men. And they say some beautiful things, you know? And this white lady has taken it upon herself to copy things verbatim and put it on her own page. And she's grown a huge following. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Another case of someone needed a bitch lick.
Yeah.
You think that you could take any of my work and it's going to... I'm showing up to your address. I'm showing up to your address to ask Wagwan because... Are you all right? Because those words specifically, they're not just words. They are words born out of love, generational trauma and promise, and
They're spiritual.
they're spiritual. They come from a place of experience, lifetime of experience. Building that one little sentence is like something that your grandparents said and their grandma said, da 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 da. It all leads up. There's so much experience and existence within those words, and you just took them for dibby Instagram to grow your following and do what with. You deserve to get beaten up.
Mate.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's
Or at least revved in the head. You know, old school, revved in the head.
like
Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah.
fling
I
us
got
back.
papped in the head quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
All right, next one.
They're not
But that's
promoting
absolutely
violence, I guess, but I just feel like
little flicks, a little.
Do you know who else needs to get revved in the head? Dwayne Martin. So Dwayne Martin, ex-husband of Tisha Campbell.
yes.
Segue.
Ex-husband of Tisha Campbell. He recently announced that he's getting married to a girl who's maybe like less than half his age. Not that matters, but some young girl,
does
isn't it?
matter sometimes.
Some model. He's getting married, and he posted it on Instagram, and of them in a helicopter, and her with a big ring. And the reason why I'm saying that he's my enemy of progress is because you took all Tisha Campbell's money, all her money. You was an arsehole to her when you were married. You've been an arsehole to her since you've been divorced, and you're just out here living your life like Will Smith's friend, like nothing ever happened. Yeah. It's proper annoying me, and you know. The fact that you even took it to court and was like, I need half. Like, I'm all for everyone getting what they put in, but what did you really put in, bruv? I'm sorry, so for me, he's an enemy of progress.
Yes.
He needs to be stopped. The girl who he's marrying needs to be helped.
Yeah.
She should blink twice if she's okay. I think the altitude got to her in the helicopter, which is why that she said yes. Because why?
Pretty happy though.
Yeah, she got a big ring. She got a big ring that Tisha Campbell's paying for.
Money.
Because think about it, until he's married.
Do you know what?
get his.
You don't spend other people's money.
That's what it is.
joyous.
You're just spending other people's money. I mean, Tisha Campbell must have seen that and said, this fucking...
Oh man.
Sorry,
You
pardon
know
my
what's
French.
gonna take place for him? That girl's going to rinse his ass.
But he's got no money. He might like that
Give
anyway.
it 5 years. He'll be back begging Will, can you pay for this? He's
just
going to have another
ridiculous.
loan. Like, she's going to rinse him. Don't watch it. He'll get his karma.
I hope
It
so.
happens.
I hope karma
Always
comes
happens.
and
They
eats
have
him
to
alive.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Didn't they have to file for bankruptcy and then it
Yes.
was like a
And she had to go back out and work hard.
Yeah. She was grafting.
She was proper grafting.
Is that where she done her music career?
I don't...
Listen, she had to hustle. She had a little...
She had to do everything.
But she
No, but she's in Little Shop of Horrors. You don't remember?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
She's singing.
Little Shop. She's in that.
She's got music videos, yeah.
Yeah, she has.
No, it's
just-
not the greatest song.
Not Oprah, no, Tyra, or
She
It
performed.
was Tyra. It was Tyra.
was it Tyra? I
God.
can't remember what the song
Tyra
is.
Banks is showing.
No, no, what I tell you, I went down a rabbit hole, yeah, and I watched those videos back to back. I'm like, sorry.
Listen.
She's okay. Sorry.
Oh, I've got I always nominate this woman. She is certified always, every week. She is an enemy of progress. But Pearl is back. Sorry, I've got to bring her back.
wanna talk about
Head of the channel, JustPearlyThings.
No.
You don't want to.
You don't want to.
So this woman is just she plays in the devil's playground all the time. That's what she does, and she tries to frame black women especially, but she'll do black people, but generally black women, and she comes for us. She calls us modern women, like big Shirleys, all manner of stuff she goes on about. Always talking about
Shirleys?
Yeah,
I missed that.
it's a term that the red pillars use. And on Twitter this week, Pearl had a question that she posed to her community. She said, "Why do black women hate white women?" And the comments were rife with black men and black women giving her suggestions as to why that is.
They responded to her.
They was
All of you are
responding.
enemies of progress
They
as
hate
well.
you.
All of you.
They hate you.
They were giving suggestions of, you know what it is, Pearl? It's because black people were just jealous of you.
Oh, shut up. Were they
Nah.
Are these paid? Are these bots?
It has to be bots.
They must be bots.
It has
I
to be
don't
a
know,
bot
but there
farm.
was
Black
quite a few of
bots.
them.
Yeah.
There was quite a few of them.
Yeah, but you know you
There
can
was
get
people
whole bot
suggesting-
found.
This is the thing. They were
Serious.
saying it's because, we're so far behind, and and because white women are so good looking.
Oh,
Pearl,
me out.
Pearl. What's
To
her real name?
Hannah.
Hannah. To
Pearl
fucking Hannah.
Davis. Yeah.
So Pearl is a white woman.
Yeah.
And she's a bedraggled one at that.
Is she America? She's American.
American, but she
lives in the
lives in
UK.
And she came to cause racism.
She basically started an incel group here.
Yeah.
In the UK.
And she had black followers.
Yeah, and she duped black people going on her show in the beginning and would do reaction videos and trying to brainwash them against their culture and their race and stuff and everything like that. She is a true enemy.
Yeah.
She's
But
like
she has-
Antichrist.
Yeah, she is.
She's like
Level.
creepy Carrie. She looks like Carrie. If you watch the film, it's a 70s
Carrie's too
film.
good looking for her.
No, they're about the same.
No,
Bag.
you're giving her credit.
But you see how X is literally the devil's playground. So
Oh, yeah.
there is just reams of people responding to this question. And then as I was there, I was like, okay, so I don't see it as factual to say that black women hate white women. But let's say it was. I don't think the reasons would be jealousy. So I just wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of this question? If you were going to write
A response.
a response of,
A response explaining why. Because it couldn't be, because my response would be fuck off. In the first instance.
if there is ever a why, I was literally like, okay, so is this something that is running through white women's heads?
Yes. I think that's been a standard kind of explanation that lots that, okay, I don't know the numbers, but white women feel that they have been made to feel that black women are inherently jealous of them because of the weave, we have the skin tone thing, and it's forever repeated that white women are the top of the beauty scale. And because that brand, that meme is that black men just will do anything for a white woman, and there's a lot of single black women, all the headline facts, quotes facts, are that black women are at a deficit in every which way and white women are thriving and surviving and our men want them so much. So why wouldn't we be jealous? That's the easy response to say that we're jealous. That is the most easy,
do
basic.
black women actually hate white women?
No,
I don't think we care. We're made to feel like we should hate them. But
That part we don't care.
You don't care.
We genuinely don't care.
Like you racist people just be racist in your yard in peace.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah.
Like, be in your front room, in your home. That the reason why you will catch a box from me is because you were bright enough to come and talk to me face to face and be right. Of course, I'm gonna have to box you now.
Yeah.
But if you want to be at home and have your little racist chats and exchange, like, all good.
Keep
all
it in your
good.
own little
We just,
circle.
like, when it comes into my space and that's the problem. Or also, just to clarify as well, or when you're putting your racist thoughts into policy that affects people's health, education, and things like that, that's where we're clashing. I'll say it for even like you can be homophobic. That's cool. Do that. Do that in your own home, in the privacy, but it shouldn't interrupt my life. Shouldn't interrupt any of the decisions that I want to make, or we're gonna have a problem. That's when we start clashing. I don't like, it's not on the same level, but just to make it a bit funny, I don't like the way that certain people dress. Do you think I run up to them? I'm like, oh my God, like, why are you? It's just in my head. And I go about my day. I don't care.
And I'm not jealous of you either.
I'm not jealous.
You know?
And also, I truly believe I'd like to say at the center of like humans in general, without the condition of capitalism, competition, and all of these things, we're actually just pure love. But specifically pertaining to your question, I know for a fact that at the center of black women, it is love, it is forgiveness, to a level of holiness, regardless if you're religious or not. And what we are fighting for is just to get back to that peaceful state. The reaction is, you're interrupting my peace, and I would like to go back to that peace. That's where they're like, why are you messing up my day? Fam, just be in the corner and do what you're doing. Like, no one needs to know. But now you've rang it, so now we're here. So now everyone's crying in the rave.
Literally, that's what it is. That's what it is.
No one, we don't walk around like. And I also think everything you said is 100% correct. But also, I think white women that specifically think in that way are low key also hiding again from the guilt of like, I haven't said anything, I haven't done anything to correct this. I could have stepped in.
And also the question should be, are white women jealous of black women? Because kind of like, because our youthfulness, our resilience, our ability to withstand so much pain and trauma and still laugh and smile and be joyful and carry a family and look after a deadbeat guy at times. Just do all the things.
You got to throw it in.
She had to. Just add that.
You take on too much
add
at times.
seasoning.
And sometimes that is out there that, oh, wow, you guys really do it and you don't crumble. Because you got those like crazy Karens. You got a whole web, internet pages of crazy Karens doing wild things. Why are you not so angry and bitter and sad?
They hate themselves. That is my thing. They hate themselves. Like exactly what you were saying. That is literally of the list of hatreds. Like I hate myself because I don't speak up. I hate myself because I don't. Do you know what I mean? I'm not showing up. All these kind of things. They just they have to like push that somewhere else because they're allowed to. They're just allowed to.
There's
That's
a
the way
space for it,
society.
Like, why are you so obsessed? Like, are you
Is
alright?
it? Why are you so
Why are you
obsessed?
so obsessed with me?
It's the truth of the
Literally.
matter.
It's the truth. But
That's the thing about racists, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't give a fuck, why do you keep talking? Why am I bothering you? Like you said, I'm just here trying to live my life peacefully. Every minute I'm doing that, you're coming and interrupting me.
I'm not
Literally,
trying
that's what they do.
I agree. I'm not up here trying to say that I'm not capable of like obsessing over a thing. Of course, everyone's a little mad. I am too. But
You're a Virgo.
I will, yeah. But I will say, like an adult, I might be vexed about something, and I'm like da 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 da, and then there is a point where it's like, right, okay, cool, you've got it out. What are you going to do about it, or how are you going to move on from this? And you're right. There is like, keep coming back, and you're there, just like, are you living your life? Like, what's going on? Like, everything is just geared towards this hatred that isn't even like, maybe it is paying their bills.
It's definitely paying something, but there is an obsession in there.
Has she got is it like a big following?
yeah.
It's almost on 2 million.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Because she's literally just mining black culture for her
Yeah.
game.
She's got black men on her platform. I don't know if she still does because I don't watch her shit. But she's got black men on her platform basically.
caping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not
Literally dying on the plantation for her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not on
Full wounds on their back.
You know what I mean?
took myself off.
It's true.
That's fair to take yourself off Twitter. It's
shit,
crazy
sorry.
at this moment in time as well.
Yeah,
Because Elon's removed all boundaries, you can talk and say whatever you want on X.
yeah. As soon as I was like, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Let me just and
He's ruined it.
I'll be the same on like Instagram soon as well. To just.
Fair.
Because it's not a space. It's not a space. I said it the other day. I think there's nothing social about social media.
Honestly.
You really deep here.
Yeah.
So
It's very true.
yeah.
Definitely.
Let's-
So yeah, certified enemy of progress. But,
Yeah.
you know, there is, I guess I'm doing Pearl Watch. Every so often she puts her head up and I literally am like, I swear if I saw that girl.
I like when you come for her, though. I do like when you come for her.
She actually does need
She needs to know this space is not safe for her.
No,
No, but can you imagine if you gave Pearl a dirty slap, you'd be up in court and you'd go to jail for the rest of your life
I'd ride it,
because
I'd ride it.
the tears that she would play.
I do it.
That's right.
That's when I fucked you.
We'll do a campaign. Don't
Yeah, it's
worry,
true.
man.
Free Nana.
You're going to do one? Okay.
Isn't it?
Okay.
All right, let's sage the air then.
Yes, let's do it.
Cleanse our palate.
Especially
and
after
welcome
that.
some wonderful people to the family.
Okay.
The first person I want to welcome, quick little thing, is a young presenter and celebrity interviewer called Joy, who recently went viral after she received a true blessing from Queen Fantasia, the actress, during the press junket run for The Colour Purple. Fantasia dropped a little faithful word, and there were tears, there was emotions, and it was just a beautiful moment. I mean, and as a presenter, the business of it all, you'd love to go viral like that. But it was a really pure and beautiful moment in that as well. And it got posted on OWN Network, on their Instagram page. That's Oprah's magazine platform. And it was really beautiful. And Joy's very sweet. She's one of our mentors on our Red Carpet Accelerator scheme that we launched last year with DDA. And she's a really sweet young lady who's been grinding. So she deserves all the accolades. And
It was lovely.
lovely.
That's lovely.
It was a nice moment.
I did shed a tear watching that.
Yeah, it was really like,
I was quite touched.
she
It's
said
not even
it.
a Christian.
It was a word.
That magic, that exchange there is what is actually at the core of like black women.
Yeah.
So, Dutty Pearl, you're.
Not
doesn't
Dutty
make
Pearl.
Exactly.
I love that I don't know who she is. I really love that for me.
I love it for you.
Honestly.
I really love it for you. I blame her too. But something in my core said, maybe not. I blame you. But at the same time, I'm happy for you because you've exposed her clock.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I am responsible for Pearl being in our...
Let's say it again. Can we just say
yeah,
it?
Sorry.
On to the next.
it's okay.
Joy, Faith, Fantasia.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was lovely.
yes,
It was
yes.
a lovely moment.
It was a lovely moment.
Okay, so I'm welcoming Gen Z, the whole of them.
All of
All
them.
of them.
Big up, welcome to Gen Z. So I was watching Stephen Bartlett's podcast with Paul... I can't remember his name. Bronson,
Yeah.
yeah.
Think so?
Paul Bronson, the kind of therapist guy, and he was talking about the data that is out there at this moment in time. And he broke it down. He was like, there was always this trope of black women being last to get picked, and they would do really badly on dating sites. But Gen Z has changed that completely. It was like Gen X and millennials, yes, that was the truth. People were dating through ethnicity, and black women weren't doing too well unless you matched them specifically with black men in different ways, not on what would it be? Was it Tinder?
Oh, okay.
Not
yeah.
on Tinder type of thing like that. But now people are actually dating more wide range, and ethnicity is like third or fourth in their pecking order, and and so there's like more of a melting pot, and people are doing better on all of the sites. So I was thinking, well, that's kind of like a big up to us, because that's our kids and our nieces and nephews, and so we've done something well. So I am welcoming Gen Z, but also it's a pat on the back for us. Like, we're bringing up a really good generation where, I don't say people are colourblind, but it's not the thing that they're leading with.
Yeah.
They're going on personality and hoping to find their love.
Nice.
Interesting.
Their love.
Interesting. That's something to explore.
Nice, isn't it?
It's something to explore.
Are you going to go on dating sites?
And do what?
Yeah.
Life is changing.
No,
now,
my point is,
guys.
and do what?
Swipe
What for?
right or left
On
or
who?
whatever you do.
No, babe.
Up or down.
Dating sites, it's the ghetto.
It's the ghetto.
It's changing. This is what he was saying.
Oh, you know because you know.
Yeah, how do you know?
How do you know?
I'm just telling you.
And it's all about younger
He
generation
worked
as well.
for the company that he's
also a
talking
love-
about.
Yeah, he gets money from that love.
Do you know what I mean?
Guys, can you guys like push these lot to just do an experiment for me?
Do you know my daughter is, she's on smoke. She literally all the time is like, Mummy, sign up for a dating agency. I'm going to get your phone and I'm going to put it in there. Mummy, look, there's an advert. It's a sign. You need to sign up. And I'm like, just leave me alone.
At least she's saying that. My child's saying, I could do with another brother and sister.
No,
She's got
that's
her
why
own.
she's saying it, because she wants a sibling.
Wow.
So
And I keep saying to her, ask your dad.
Yeah,
What
why?
are you asking me for?
App, man, like it's content.
Okay.
No.
All right,
no,
married lady.
No, I'm
She's so securely married.
invoking my
How long have you
boundaries.
been married?
12 years, but together 24. So it'd been.
So she dishes out advice
has
on a
no
All the
whim.
time.
On a whim.
She acts like she
has
knows this
no
single
idea.
lash, right?
Seriously.
on a whim.
I have
You
a few
have
friends
no
that have got
clue.
married
Friends.
through dating apps.
Yeah,
Okay.
My
I don't
friend
know.
plays a
I
guy.
feel like it's a weird. No, I get what these guys are saying.
Thank you.
because I've never been on a dating app, and I've also been in my relationship for 13 years.
Lovely.
13, 14.
Well done.
It's 13 years.
You long-termers never remember. And are you sure? It's going to air.
Do you remember when you opened the door?
Yeah, I mean, we're equal now, isn't it?
Right.
Well played, well played.
I say that to say, while in that relationship, I watched the apps come into a thing. Yeah, if I was single again, is there any wood? If I was single again, I couldn't see me. I'm gonna go on the apps now. Like
It's wild. It's insane.
I'm not
It's
about that life.
it's not nice.
It's like a game. Like, sometimes we've got mutual friends and she's on apps sometimes,
Yeah.
right? So I'll get her phone and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no. It's like a game. And then after that, I feel bad because I'm literally just judging someone off of the picture that they took in the bathroom. You know,
I mean, there gets to be a little bit wicked in that space, and sometimes
Yeah, I don't like
also,
it.
what I don't like is who liked me, and is that a reflection of me? It's a bit scary.
Yeah, I think
It's a bit
I
much.
wouldn't. I think I'm a really big romantic in that way, and my favourite thing within my life is being exactly where I am meant to be and meeting who I'm meant to meet, and that feeling of like, I don't know, just being in that space, and then you're like, oh, okay, hold on, I am meant to be here, and then you meet that person and you clock like, okay, if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't be here. Da 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 da. Technology for me gets in the way of that,
Fair.
or
Okay.
my idea of it. I think at the moment,
Fair enough.
yeah.
You're okay, a traditional like matchmaker.
Okay.
Somebody got
Have you got someone?
Is
do
somebody
you know what I want to do just for jokes?
What?
Speed dating. Just for jokes, though. I would go speed dating
My friend's
for
put on an
banks.
event.
That's it.
When?
No, it's April.
Okay.
Where? How old are they as well?
No, it's actually over 30s.
Oh, okay. See, I would go to that because I think it would be funny. I don't think I'd meet anyone,
out.
but you're not on it. Let's go for
You should have
bands.
little recorders to just do an episode in between where
Oh my
we're
God,
going
we should-
between tables.
See?
Da.
That's what we should do.
See?
It'll be hilarious.
Content.
Content.
Not me. Just,
Can you
yeah.
move on, Farah? Who are you welcoming?
I
welcoming to
I
the
would do it
family.
for content.
Oh no, you so do it then.
Go ahead.
You
I'll do it for content.
I saw that, I
You
saw it.
go with
Moving
Nana.
on.
I'll
She
go for
can film
content.
you
You do
and you
jokes.
do it.
I will do
Okay,
that.
Cool.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
For content, I'll do that on
Extra
April Fool's
content.
Day.
Absolutely not.
Who are you welcoming to the Farah?
I am
Farah?
welcoming to the family sexy Skepta. And not just because he's sexy. I'm welcoming him because, look at me, my dad. I'm welcoming him because he's got his film coming out, Tribal Marks, and he also released new music, and he's just being an all-around great performer, entertainer, entrepreneur, all of the great words that you
Buff
can say
G.
about him. He's grafting. No, he is.
I know, but it was.
He is.
deep- it was
I'm
the
literally,
deep
I'm
voice.
literally grafting. I'm literally loving it at the moment. He's
Yeah.
being,
Yeah,
you know,
he's
it's
doing- he's
brilliant.
doing his thing.
He is.
Yeah.
I want to quickly welcome Kingsley Benedict and Lashana Lynch for bodying their portrayals of Bob and Rita Marley in the new Bob Marley One Love Bob Marley biopic. I've got the bloody
Yeah, do you know
title
what?
wrong. Yeah, Bob
You're
Marley
right.
One Love biopic.
Great.
Me and Farah went to a We Are Parable screening, and then I went to the premiere. It's a brilliant film, very good effort. It comes out on February the 14th, and Kingsley.
I was very nervous for Kingsley.
I mean, everyone was nervous.
Yeah, because One Love. I was very nervous for him, but he was amazing. I'm very proud of it. I didn't once when he was talking think, what is that accent? There were a few people in there. I was like, what is that accent? But not him.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the core.
When the accent is.
And then you go on edge.
I cannot
get
stand it.
embarrassed.
You know what really annoyed me? We went to see Little Mermaid, and she she told me.
I told her in advance.
She told me in advance, but I didn't think it was going to be as
No,
bad as it
but-
was.
Wait, who's accent?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
The actor, and the thing is, he's a good actor.
And the thing is, I like him in Hamilton, and you know, he's good.
Something Diggs. I
I can't remember what his name is, but
You know the guy that you used to watch on Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
yes, him.
Your favourite show.
That's him.
First of all, yeah, you introduced me
Just
to
look for
Snowpiercer. You introduced me to it.
And she left you. She left you.
No, but you told me to watch it.
You said
Seriously.
25
No,
seconds.
it was good.
But yeah, the
It did
Prince
turn out
who's
to
in
be
that.
good.
Yeah.
That's his name. He's a great actor.
No,
but his accent.
he's not in
not a great actor.
Snowpiercer.
I mean,
He's
okay,
not.
he's a good actor.
His accent made me.
One of my best friends is in Snowpiercer, so let's.
Oh,
We're not. Okay, yeah. Let's move on. Let's stick to Little Mermaid.
Wasn't great.
But it was awful.
It's bad.
Awful. It was giving what's the snow thing with Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, Cool Runnings. That's it. Chris Rock. It was giving Cool Runnings.
Really bad. It was really.
Hey, Money Island.
Yeah.
Of what? Where? What accent is that?
The thing is, there's like what we have in the UK is a lot better grasp of accents. I think because there's more communities that we're close to.
We've got a back home, really,
and we've
as
got
well.
back home as well. So, but our Americans need a lot more work on their accents, and it is a thing. There's a new series. I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, just you need to work on your accents.
Like my husband did a voiceover for it was like a reindeer series, and he had to have like a Ghanaian accent, Nigerian, and a Jamaican. And as he was doing it, they were always like more. Like, no, we need it to be more. They weren't saying bastardized, but when you watch the thing back, literally. And even he won't put it on because it's so bad, and he can do accents. So sometimes it's the director being like,
You haven't said
No, because on Bob Marley, we spoke to them for a new episode of Blacklisted Conversations that's coming out soon. And Kingsley said they had 8 dialect coaches from Jamaica and America. They had 8 working deep. That's the level you have to go to. You can't just do it on a whim, because I think there's Will Smith's Nigerian accent in that. Tell the truth. It was... I love Will, but he worked with them. I think he said he worked with an American vocal coach. Yeah. You cannot. You need to go to West Africa.
You do.
Sit in the, and I think he might.
You do.
You need to go and sit. If you're dating, release dates be damned. Sit with the people. Then
yeah,
you have
there
to.
needs to be authenticity.
Or hire the right people.
Right, and the team behind it.
Yeah.
Or at least at an exec level, somebody with power. Is of the culture, or at least understands what's going on, or is selfless enough to be like, we need more experts on this. Because our brethren from Little Mermaid, you know, who was directing that and putting that together? Was it a room full of like diverse enough people to be like, bro, that's not it? Or was it Pearl, who's like, oh my God, this sounds amazing?
It's that, and then sometimes you don't know what you don't know. So I know it's not always bad intentions. You think you've got it right, but that's where people are saying, hire Caribbeans, hire Africans, hire Latino people, hire the right people at least to be in the room, because you're not going to get better than the authentic person themselves. Yeah, you're just not.
Defo.
Anyway, so that was that. Okay. Welcome to the family, guys. Let's get into dilemmas.
I'm gonna put these here.
Are they making you want to? It's the longer we get.
You're doing so well.
You are doing well. I've eaten way too many.
Yeah, you've been going for it.
All right then. So spied on socials. Someone said, Susie Extra on X said, are you a bad person if you don't want to go on holiday with people who are not conventionally attractive or who are out of shape and body is not aesthetically pleasing? Are you out of order?
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Why are you even asking the question?
Why are you asking on it?
Like what?
Who are you? Like,
are you a bad person though?
Yes.
Yes.
Just checking.
100%. Like what kind of?
But they want this. She wants. I don't know if she's asking for a friend or herself. She wants aesthetically pleasing pictures. She wants to pose on the gram. She doesn't want to be embarrassed.
Do you even bang yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like.
Are you a 10? Are you a 10?
Sorry, things like that really just, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, people are dying, Kim. Like, what are you, do you know what I mean? There's real things going on in the world, and you're like, I just need this. For what?
For who?
For who?
Exactly.
For your gram.
For why?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
I sticking with this. I feel like this is like levels of prostitution. When you're like, I need my crew to look a certain way. What are you getting? That is for some man to pay. What are they paying for? That is some type of exchange. It's like a madam having her hose around her. This isn't normal activities. Somebody saying this, I'm literally like, okay, if you're a madam and you got your hose, cool. If you want your hoes to look a certain way, okay, I understand it. Not your brethren.
Not your brethren.
That's not friends.
Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like very similar to when people get married and they want their bridesmaids to lose weight, to look a certain way, to have a certain aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? It's a very similar thing. Do you know what I mean? Some brides demand that,
Yeah,
and they're horrible
fuck
people.
you.
Like, isn't it? Like, honestly,
I decline.
It's going to be like they want their dresses, and I'm like, well, yeah, but then you said the weight, and it's like, no, like, I don't know. There's so much beauty in the world. There's so much beauty within the world and within us individually. And the more different we are, the more me next to you, I can see how beautiful I am, but also you are in our differences. If we're all the same. What a gross question.
Yeah.
And there's
So
also
many people.
there's solo travel.
Yeah.
Solve your solution. There's
But
solo
also,
travel.
you're going to still have the same problem if you yourself are clapped.
buttered.
It sounds like your soul is very ugly.
Yeah, so is extremely ugly.
Grotesque. Go ahead.
Exactly it.
Shall I go?
Yeah, go on.
All right. My ex's new girl refuses to co-parent. Another thing seen on the socials. A woman on socials shared a conversation she had with her ex's new girlfriend. Apparently, the new girl has a rule that her man's child with his ex is not allowed to stay over at her house because that's not her child. This woman said she reached out to the new girlfriend, woman to woman, to please let the child stay because she's struggling and needs help. The girlfriend doubled down and said, nah, sorry, not my responsibility. Try his mother. Then a summary of opinion was shared, basically saying that for too long, women of colour have been conditioned to be everyone's mama, especially stepmama, to kids that aren't their own, with no clear commitment from the man. If you date a man with kids, it's a package deal, when actually nothing's a deal until there's marriage. Once we as women put our foot down and stop taking on extra burdens, we'd be a lot happier. Is that an arsehole way of thinking?
So wait, I'm confused. The baby mother
Yeah.
wants the girlfriend to look after the child, right?
Yeah.
Does the baby father live there?
With the girlfriend.
With the
Yes.
girlfriend?
Yes.
Is the baby father there at the time?
No, she's basically asking the new girl to allow, because the rule is the child's not staying here.
Yeah, the
So it's
child
more like
ain't
when
allowed
the
to stay over.
So the child's
when
not-
the partners, when her exes, it's maybe his time to look after the kids. He's like, I can't have the child because my girl won't let.
Yeah, so,
Right,
okay,
yeah.
wait. Okay, that's what I wanted to get to. So he's living with this chick.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And the
really
chick
say,
is
but
not
yeah.
letting him have his baby over. Yeah.
The baby can go over, but she's not allowed to stay.
Yeah, what
It doesn't
kind of
say all
nonsense
of
is
that,
that?
it just says
I just wanted the clarification because I was conflicted because I thought she meant that when the baby father's not there, mind my ute.
No,
I'm not your co-parent. That's where my head went. But if
Okay,
it's like you and him are together,
Yeah.
he's got a new girlfriend, he lives with the girlfriend,
Yeah.
he has a child, the child should be number one priority, they live together, how can you tell me you can't have your child over?
Can I clarify?
That's
It
mental.
doesn't say that they live together. It says her house. So it doesn't mean to say that they live together.
you know what? For me,
Even if it's like, it's what he's asking for. What the ex is asking, the baby mother is asking for is please, because he said he can't have the child because you won't let the child stay at your house. So unless he's squatting there, or it is the fact that it's just.
I've got a problem with him mainly because you've allowed for this situation to happen. Yeah, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You shouldn't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't allow you to have your child around. If that's what they want, they don't want other people around, fair enough. But you, as a parent who has to be active and put in effort with your child, should not be. That's not the relationship for you, because your child is the one that is going to be suffering. I don't expect anybody else to parent my kid, but if Egypt's dad lives with somebody else, and she needs to go and stay there, she should be allowed to stay there. I'm not expecting you to parent her while she's there, but if he lives there, then she should be able to stay there. Because then he's using it as an excuse like, oh, I can't have my kid because he can't. I don't know, it's dodgy. But I blame him for allowing that situation to even occur.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
for
that.
me, if any woman says my child can't go there, my child is never going there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Full stop. It doesn't matter about who lives where, what, but you're never going there because you can't force your child onto someone who doesn't want them there. You're putting them in danger. It's irresponsible.
Yeah.
Well, that part as well. I totally agree with you because you see that step thing as well. You see that step thing where someone don't want to be a step. How your child and the things that can happen in that environment, you're right, I'm not having it.
No.
The minute you say no, my kid's not going there. But I do still blame the nom.
Rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the baby daddy needs a bitch slap. Bitch lick.
This episode should be titled Bitch Slap.
Lick. Yeah, it's got nothing. I don't. The only one who's being honest is the girlfriend.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are my boundaries.
Yeah.
I would expect the dad to be like, "What are you talking about?" Okay, deuces. Like that's my you.
Yeah.
Are you mad? Like, cool. And you're right. Like, also, it's not even you going. Well, she's allowed around in it. Sorry, is she a chihuahua? Is she a dog?
Right?
Does she shit on the floor?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Crazy.
And also it speaks to the nature. Sorry, go on. It speaks to the nature of their relationship because she's like, I need more. I need more from you. So she's putting down her boundaries because maybe he's acting waste with her as well. So it's like, I'm not going to take your kid on as well. Our relationship's nowhere near
Makes
stable.
no sense.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely not adding your kid on top. Sorry, love. And do we have anything to say about the baby mother contacting the woman, like begging for help?
Yeah,
That's
I think it's silly.
Yes.
I think
Where are your
actually,
friends?
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Or as the girl came back and said, I actually removed the girlfriend from this because if that's your boundary, that's your boundary. The girlfriend knows she's with a homosexual. He's in her house. Like he's already squatting in here, and then your kid's gonna come and start squatting as well. It's long. I get it. Give me a ring, and then I'll be stepmom. I think she's fine in that. But for the mum to then be like asking the girlfriend for permission, that to me is wild. You are actually the arsehole. There are other ways to get people to help you to look after your kids. And I think sometimes people get lost in like, it's got to be that proximity. There are other mums that you can commune with and you do swapsies. Like you get to know their kid, they get to know yours, and then you build a community. Why are you going to somebody that is banning your child? That's folly. That's when kids get killed. Like that's dangerous.
There's an element of manipulation because it's like, I spoke to her woman to woman. No. So you're appealing, and that's where that thing like black women are expected to just take on woman to woman, sisterhood to sisterhood. That's that, let's bond in that moment. You know what it is. That's not fair.
I still feel like it's the baby father's fault because I just feel like I can just see him saying, I can hear it in my head. Oh no, I can't mind her, you know, because like she won't let her come round. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I just feel like, sorry, and to clarify, when I said where are your friends, I just meant like where are your brethren, to be like, are you all right?
Yeah.
Just to say, could not take
that.
it as in like your friend should help.
But where are your friends in that respect too?
Yeah.
Like, where's your community?
There is a thing as well where like just adults are childish in the sense that those are clear boundaries. Everybody has boundaries. Now, what is meant to happen is you have a boundary on a certain thing, but that's not my boundary. Cool, okay, deuces.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to work for me. It's not a negotiation.
Yeah, there's no
Like, that is my
negotiating.
boundary.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't want that within my house. That I don't even need to make up her backstory. Her boundary. Like, in the same way that like no is a full sentence, that's her boundary.
Right?
It's the baby daddy's
That's why
fault.
he's a dickhead because he should have known.
100%.
Waste man.
All right, should I go for this one? Okay, all right. Am I the asshole for making plans on Valentine's Day? All right, so my daughter Leah got pregnant at 14. We found out early on and she got an abortion. A few months later, she got pregnant again. I wasn't happy, but after talking to my sister, her aunt, she decided to keep the baby. Of course, as a mother, I didn't want to miss out on her childhood, so I worked night shifts to take care of my granddaughter while Leah was at school. Leah soon started taking advantage of my kindness, making me cancel plans to babysit for her. I overheard her making plans for Valentine's Day 2 weeks ahead on the phone, saying to somebody, my mum will do it. She has no life anyways, and laughed afterwards.
Mate.
Being a single mum and having to work multiple jobs was hard enough, but since she gave birth to her daughter, I haven't gone out to any parties. I've cancelled many weekend gatherings so that my daughter can hang out with her friends. I always have my granddaughter with me when I go out for a laugh, and this situation has angered me. The same day, I was asked by a guy I've been seeing to accompany him on Valentine's. I was hesitant, but I didn't want to miss out on the chance. He's a really nice guy. I haven't been on a date in almost 6 years. So it wouldn't hurt to give my daughter a taste of motherhood when she least expected it. I told my daughter that I've got asked out on Valentine's, and she was happy at first. Then she said, "Are you taking her daughter with me?" And I said, "Obviously not. She'll have to cancel her plans for the day." I didn't expect her reaction to be so extreme. She cried, she screamed, and she told me I'm being selfish and I'm letting her miss a date. I'm letting her miss a date. Okay, the argument didn't end very well. I stood my ground. I am going on this date. Am I the asshole?
No.
Get your things,
And
Granny.
you know, sometimes, yeah, there's some kids that need licks. Like, I believe it. There's some kids that need licks. You see this 14-year-old, she needs a hot belt in her tail. Like, what the hell?
She's
Your
not 14, I
mum,
don't
mind
think she's
you,
14
however
anymore.
the hell she is now. Whatever you are, yeah? You're too flipping fast. That's your problem. Your mum minds your youth for you, lets you go out with your friends. Let your mum have some time. Don't you think she needs some time for herself? You're kicking and screaming like you're the baby. No. No. You should have been in my house. You shouldn't be in my house because licks in your tail.
It's not
But
happening, is it?
it's not happening.
I won't say Granny's an arsehole,
She's not.
but you have enabled something which parenting is difficult, and it's like you're caring for your young daughter. You didn't want her to miss out, but there had to be something where she does understand the rules of motherhood, and she did choose to become a mum. I know she was young, so it's just you don't get a rule book when you're parenting, but there's been an enabling where she's been able to cuss you and manipulate you and drop the baby in your lap, and you've accepted it. And I'm not blaming you at all, but there's an element of accountability where you've created this beast. And now, at the very peak time, she wants to get her, like, have her, she's assuming, like, yeah, of course I am. But yeah, get your revenge. You owed that.
Are you taking the
So
baby?
one day.
It's a one day.
It's actually just one day. Like,
one
just
day.
do it anyway.
You shouldn't even be
There's
asking
more
this
work to
question.
be done past that one day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
she should definitely go on the thing. I think that also, just to say out loud, that I think, my ultimate goal in life is I want loads of kids, but really I want to get to my ultimate form of being a granddad. I really want to be a granddad so I can piss off my kids with how
I
nice
love
I am.
that. That's what you said. I love that. People don't really say that shit,
wanna be a
but for
granddad.
real, yeah.
So my kids can look at me and be like, "Dad, you didn't do. Shut up." Yeah. Okay. Anything you want, like.
My mum is firmly living that life.
Yeah, because that's the cycle of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the second go of the thing to be like, I can do this better. I can have more patience now. Whatever. I say that just to say it's your grandbaby, so it's also like you want to spend time with your grand. I can imagine it all. I can see it, but you're right. There is accountability there that doesn't even need to be discussed with your daughter, but with yourself, to be like, nah, I've spoiled you a bit, and actually this needs to be in the long run. It will be better if you do start to set those boundaries, because that's also, I think, will be passed down and protect your grandbaby.
Absolutely. That's the best way.
We'll just roll
Exactly.
with it.
Roll and roll.
Exactly.
That is true.
I don't have any kids though yet, so
No, it's a whole difficult, listen, insanity. It's a crazy minefield.
It is.
And you never know, you can't quite predict what type of parent you're going to be. You can't.
And you don't know what they're going to be as
And you
well.
don't know what child
That's
you're
the
gonna
thing, don't know what they're going to be. But she is crazy if she thinks that she did anything wrong. She did not.
No. She's just got a brat.
Absolutely. But she kicked and she screamed like she was too.
Imagine.
You know what? You know what?
Can you imagine? That's the thing. You're going on a date, take my baby with you. That's ludicrous.
That can't
but
come out.
She's a child, so I kind of expect it, actually, because kids say stupid things.
They do.
She needs to just be a mother. At this moment in time, you're mothering all of them. You need to mother your daughter, who is a mother, and make her be a mother as well. That's the chips.
what age did she have the baby? 14.
But it doesn't say, like, post how many years it's been, does it?
But yeah, I guess even in that, I can speculate or imagine that. Let's say she had baby at 16. All of that energy stops, and you're a parent, and you're trying to do and even your energy, I think, as a mother to a young mother.
Yeah.
I can't really be your mum anymore. I've got to try and prepare you in this different way. So you're just skipping lessons that we would learn just on a regular, like, day-to-day basis, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interactions of even sharing. I think sharing is a thing that even as adults, as we get older, we understand in different ways. Lending of property, lending of like, there's a different level of sharing. There's a different level of compassion,
So true.
forgiveness.
Yeah.
And you probably just stopped and was like, I'm learning to do this thing and whatnot. So, yeah, go and get your
leg over, mate.
I was about to say.
You can say it.
Go meet Uncle.
Go.
Do your thing, man. Go and get your little
6 years, you know.
grown folks business on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do we have time for more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do one.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is resonating with me, but
Okay.
in a kind of different way. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I like food. Okay.
Yes.
My girl keeps eating off my plate. I want to dump her. Aunties, I promise I'm not being petty. My girl keeps eating off my plate and it's pissing me off. Seriously. The worst thing is she thinks it's funny when I get mad. Obviously, I can't go off on her because it's food. What would it look like going off on her food? I don't know why girls always do this. I ask her what she wants. She says nothing. Or she orders just a salad. Because she's on some fake healthy eating nonsense. Always hungry and pretending. But when my food comes, she always has some of what's mine. Without fail. Her hand will be in my food. And I don't know how to tell her how mad it makes me. And it's not like I'm tight. If she wants the whole menu, I'll buy it for her. I just don't like sharing food. It's my... Did I write this? It's my food. She's a nice girl, but I think that this could be a deal breaker. What should I do? I don't want to be seen as petty, but I like food.
You don't like your girlfriend.
Innit?
If food comes before your girl, you don't like her.
I think that as well.
It's
Like,
basic.
this person don't like her.
No.
Oh.
It's an
Sharing it.
excuse.
Oh.
You don't like your girlfriend. Like, you don't like your girlfriend. You don't. It's not
this
like
is
you don't like you. You don't like your girlfriend. Like,
Wow.
You don't rate it. You don't like her. If you did, you would learn that idiosyncrasy of hers, and just be like, it's a jar, but then it's like, oh, I'm just going to order everything. If you can afford the menu, then afford the menu and buy the menu. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
I can't lie.
Buy everything.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? There's things that my other half does that, like, I would never do in a million years, because, like, I'm quite analytical in the way that I approach things. So I've always got a backup plan for a backup plan.
Yeah.
He's just a bit like, oh, it will be okay. And I'm just, it used to get me vexed, but I'm like, also, he is who he is. So it's either I'm going to accept that and find a way around that, or like, cool, it's not going to work. So what do? I still have my backup plans. I put things in place. His things kind of don't work. But then my backup plan is there, and I'm like, oh, okay, great. Oh, great. Well, that was lucky. I'm like, yeah, it was lucky. But it's just that,
It's a dynamic.
do you know what I mean? Like, I do
Yeah.
love him and vice versa. So it's like, okay, like, because you don't meet people and then change them. You should be meeting people to meet them where they are at. And I think there is space for, like, improvement, empowerment. I want to help you build in your confidence and, like, uplift you.
Yeah.
I think that's a different thing. But I don't think there is a space to, like, can you sit straight, please? Can you do this? Like, why would you eat like that? Why? It's just like, you don't like that person, but you don't want to be lonely because you probably don't like yourself. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop.
Yeah.
No,
No, but it's true.
True.
It's so
It's
true.
interesting. Like her.
Perspective. It's an interesting
Don't like her.
perspective. Go on.
Mate.
What, are you opposite?
I think you feel how I feel. Oh.
Yeah.
It's because she's
If you can't, like,
she can't
yeah.
pick a food.
Honestly, you're an adult. What's going on? What's all this? I've got boundaries. It's my plate. It's your plate.
Can't lie.
Stay over there. Stay over there, mate. I just like, nah.
The thing is, I get you. That's why I kind of feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
If you really love someone and you want to be with them, it won't bother you. You'll just order two things, yeah? But the fact that it bothers him, he clearly doesn't want to be with her. So you should dump her.
Yeah.
Because I don't like sharing my food. It's a massive pet peeve for me. Like, I just don't like it, innit? Farah doesn't share food. It's just simple. Like, I might take some of your plate if you let me.
I was waiting for a pause break because she would
I'm
definitely
honest.
ask, can I have some of yours?
Yeah.
And she'll
That's
make a little bit of a
crazy.
fuss if you say no.
That's crazy.
Because I like food.
But that too
But your boundary is different from my boundary.
Thank you.
No, you know what it is? That's fine.
is
But don't.
But it is though.
Don't get mad.
But that's my boundary.
Get mad.
I personally,
But you can't get mad when
that's
someone says
my
no.
I don't get mad. I
do,
just
you
be like,
do.
I'm okay, cool, isn't it? Like, why are you being funny about your food?
You sound
You sound
But I understand that if that is your boundary and you don't like people picking at your food, and she's not respecting it, and you've told her and told her and told her.
Yeah, there's that.
And you don't like it, dump her.
Okay, then on her.
Dump her.
What's she doing? Why does she keep doing it?
Why is she?
Why does she?
always
Because
say-
she's
she thinks
also
she
not
can.
listening.
She
Why
thinks
is
she
also,
can.
yeah, why is she not listening to her man?
Disrespectful.
No, you know what? So I can do that if I don't know what to order and somebody else is better. So I have quite a few friends that are proper foodies and they're just better at ordering than me. And they'll just go and and I'm like, oh my God, like that's amazing.
But
But why don't you get what they get?
I'm going to ask. And I also have a couple of friends who never want to share. And so they only need to tell me once and then I will just wait for them to order and then I'll copy them.
Yeah.
I'm just a copier. But I still don't get it though, because if I'm eating and somebody wants some, we can go halves. Like very
don't know
quickly.
about that.
I'm not that precious about food.
Wait for me to offer you. You see, like if there's food there and I say, do you want some? That's cool, isn't it? But don't put your fork. Don't put your fork.
I don't know.
Don't act like don't act like I don't offer. I do.
You know?
Don't act like do not act like I don't offer.
I wasn't going to say you don't.
I do.
I'm like, you see the rules though.
But
Wait for me to ask.
wait for me to ask.
That's clear.
Yeah.
What is that then? So
Well, no,
what
what
is
is
the
it?
thing?
Because
Why
I
you
want
wouldn't
to
share?
eat my food. I
Because
just
you know how much food,
Thank
it's
you.
going to take to satisfy you. And you're taking away from that satisfaction.
And when I've ordered
that
my
might be
food-
my only satisfaction for the day.
I might not have eaten
Would
for the
you
whole
not be
day.
satisfied that your partner's satisfied?
'Cause
by
they were-
eating
They
that
could
food?
have been satisfied by ordering their own thing.
But it's true because when I've ordered, like
I don't
I might
like
have
that.
ordered
I do. Go
all
on.
everything from the
mushrooms and
menu.
your
I might have,
broccoli
and I know
and
how I've got it,
avocado.
and I know how I want it, and avocado, and I know this.
You got a perfect combination on the
Thank
fork.
you. I know this. And then when
Messing
you
with the feng
take
shui.
my piece there, that was meant to go with a prawn, and now it can't go with a prawn. And now I'm like, what's happening?
But the thing is, I actually understand what you're saying because I'm half and half. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to share, and other times I'm like, I don't mind. So I'm not disputing. It's the lopsided rules that just trouble
That's
me.
more emotional. Okay, I know I'm not really that emotional around food though, so it's interesting when people really are like
Territorial.
As you was like, it needs to go with this, that. I know I literally don't eat like that. And it's
have
just
it.
never that deep.
I will say that I think that the girlfriend also, from the way that message was written, it sounds like he doesn't like her. That's
He don't like her. He doesn't like
I
her.
agree.
That's the
He
main
doesn't.
thing.
With
Yeah.
that being said, I
Yeah.
will say that I also think the girlfriend, if that's a real touchy point for him, you have to respect that.
Yeah.
to a certain
Exactly.
extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't
But
like
then
him.
I just think
Disrespectful, man.
we could go to dinner and there are certain things where I'm like, no, I need that starter for myself. So I will order 3 or 4 of those
Yes.
starters.
So that people can
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
navigate
yeah,
around
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not like,
Yeah.
you know.
Long hands and your long
fork.
belly.
And it's the hovering of the fork over the plate.
Get out of here.
I'm like, why is your fork there?
Next, I'm going to wear a camera on my chest when we're at dinner.
But I'm admitting it.
Whose fork is there?
I'm admitting it. I didn't not admit it.
We're going to have like a thing of the forks like that. Whose fork offers hardest? Go on.
The next one is mine, but do you
Yes.
want to do it, Sade? Or should I
She's
go?
got one after all.
No, go do yours, Nana, please.
All right. So I told my daughter she's average looking, and now she's not speaking to me.
Why are people like this?
Because we live in a horrible place, man. Bad vibe.
My 14-year-old daughter is dealing with self-esteem issues. She avoids mirrors, and God forbid you try and take a picture of her. She's always seeking reassurance from her dad and me, and asking whether she's pretty, too skinny, or too fat. We're doing our best to be supportive, offering affirmations and plenty of attention. But honestly, her emotional dramatics are starting to really take a toll, especially because we don't want her younger sister being influenced. I don't mean to sound harsh. I know being a teenager is rough, but I can't help wondering if she's being a dramatic, attention-seeking brat. I've suggested therapy and she said she'll think about it. The other day, she asked for my honest opinion because she says everybody at school says she's ugly. I decided to be straight with her and tell her that she's average.
No.
And that's okay to be average.
God.
No.
This didn't go down well. My husband said I should have lied. I think it's important to have a realistic view of yourself. And quite frankly, she's getting on my bloody nerves. How do I sort her out?
Oh, she's a horrible, horrible woman.
Right?
She's horrible.
You think the mum's a beast?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, listen to all the things that she listed.
So honesty ain't the best policy, no?
Not with that.
I think, no, you have to be tactful. You have to be really mindful. This is formative years. She's young. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be really mindful how you talk to children, you know, especially in those development years when they're going through their hormone phases and all that kind of stuff. This will imprint. This will absolutely imprint. And don't project your stuff onto your child, because maybe if that's your experience, that's your experience.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But we don't know if maybe she might look typically average now, but that doesn't mean she's going to look like that in the next 5 years.
Real.
To be honest, just because she's got your dead genes.
Oh, damn.
Do you know what I mean? How
Where
dare
did
you?
she come from? Like, but you're my mum.
Right.
But she said,
Crazy.
we're all average.
The thing is, though,
We're the average family.
The thing is, though, Sade hit the nail on the head. This is about the mum's insecurities. Like, I'm not saying that kids don't get on your nerves, because kids get on your damn nerves. And any parent that makes out like their kid at some stage don't get on their flipping nerves, you lot are lying. But you need to know how to speak to them. Absolutely, at that age. This is going to carry with her until she's 40. Because at that point, she'll be like, I don't give a fuck how I look. This is me, I'm happy. But she's going to take that with her. And her mum said that. Of all people, she don't want to look at... The daughter don't want to look in mirrors. She don't want to take pictures. She's already shown you that she's insecure and she needs reassurance. As a parent, you should be providing her with reassurance. You should be telling her that she's beautiful. There are some things that you can be brutally honest with. And also, sorry, just to go back to that, looks are, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder anyway.
Yeah.
But
You
there
got
are...
a husband, haven't
Okay,
you?
you managed. You managed.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
What she's thinking, I
Serious.
was average.
And it's fine.
And I managed to get a husband. So embrace
Keep
your
that to
averageness.
yourself.
Keep that-
Because
when
they
she
all
get-
look the
and
same.
when your
You're
daughter
the
can
one that needs
deal with
therapy.
exactly.
Yes. Of how to parent.
She
Yeah.
started this letter. That is a wild
It's
letter.
wild.
She started this letter listing all of her daughter's problems
Yeah.
as if they're not related to the way that she's raised her daughter and how her daughter views her.
Right.
This stuff has been going on. I just turned up and she's got all these issues. Fam, you're the root of the issue. It's wild. And also, it's not about lying. Like, your kid really could be butters. Let's keep it 100, right? But it's your kid. Your kid is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's your child. Like, that is the wildest.
We're not talking about talent here. We're not. It's not like your daughter's singing
right,
and she sounds off key.
right.
You know,
Right.
that's different. In them circumstances, I believe that you should say to your kid, you know, like maybe you should try different, or how about you play an instrument, or you know, let's do something
parents
else.
that used to take their kid on X Factor and be like, she sounds like
Yeah.
Celine Dion. They know the thing and like, no, it was here. The key was missing.
Honestly.
I think where I want to give them, I don't want to give her the mum grade because she's got to fix up, but it could have been that she's not taking seriously the litany of complaints and worries that the child is bringing home. So she's dismissing it, and maybe she's like, because she said she's getting on my nerves. Is there a realm where the child is annoying and it's just
Probably.
like fix up and stop?
Yeah, but that's not an excuse
To say it.
to say that.
Yeah.
That's bad parenting.
Yeah, I say no because regardless of the answer to that, are you still not the parent? Are
Yeah.
you still not the one that's
You've got
been
to
here
come
long
better.
enough? Like,
You've got a job. You've got a
that is your job.
responsibility.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yeah.
literally.
So what should she have said? Sorry. What should she
You're
have said?
beautiful.
You're
No,
beautiful.
that's
Beautiful, honey.
but that's not just it. You're beautiful and that's it. People are bullying her.
You're
calling her
beautiful
ugly.
inside
Yeah.
and out.
Don't-
You shouldn't
Yeah.
concern yourself
People
about
look
what other people.
different.
Thank
Do
you.
you know what I mean?
There's so
Like-
many things that she could have said to
Look
her
at our
child.
family. So much beauty here.
We're all very different.
Why are you mocking the thing? You're actually a bad person. You're low-key mocking it.
But I'm just saying what
It's
she would say.
true.
That's what she was saying.
I think it is that. I think
She's
it's
just
like
like-
you're beautiful. Like this is literally just a stage in your life. When you leave high school,
You can get surgery.
You're not actually joking.
Joking. I'm joking. But
We started a fund for you. Don't worry. When you're 18, you can unlock it for surgery and stuff.
When you leave school, like you're never going to see these people again. There are billions of people. There was so many things that she could have.
So
said.
many things.
Yeah.
You're a bad parent.
And
I'm really
so-
sorry.
yeah.
That is it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
She's a bad parent, and I feel like
your
the
husband
husband
should have told you.
Should have told you, and then the next thing after telling you, should have called the social to come for your clerk, because what is that?
Black
She's
women always
being a
spot on.
bitch. I think you're spot on. Really, the mum has always felt that she's butters, but it's. I've accepted that I'm ugly and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So, it's like, she's passed it on to her daughter. Like,
Yeah.
just accept this is your gene pool. But there are loads of other things she could have said. She actually could have avoided it. She could have been like, these girls are bullies. Like, you could have
Let's go down to
diverted.
the
I don't even
school.
got to
Yep.
really tell you about your
Any of it,
Yeah, she could have gone another way if you really are like, my child is really butters.
Why do you think these girls at school? Why do you think their point of view or what they're saying to you is valid?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think about yourself? It doesn't even matter what I think. I want to know what you think about yourself and why.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much deep, and someone said up into her 40s beyond.
Yeah.
That she's gonna.
It's gonna take.
100%.
Stop
I
caring.
remember to be ready to keep it a buck 100. I think I got to I was around, like 18, 19, and when I was like 14, 15. I don't even know if puppy fat is a real thing, but that's what you would say, like,
Yeah,
when you got to
yeah,
that age.
yeah.
Puberty, right?
And I remember, like, my mum saying, let me not even air out my mum in that way, because I'm not wild like these people. But in a Jamaican household where we just say what we see, she would say certain things, and it was a ha 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 behind it, so therefore it must be a running joke. And I remember getting to, like, 19, 20, and all of that weight, like, dropping off. And me really telling her about it, because it was around that age that I was like, there are lots of systems and things in place, and I need to start looking after myself, or I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, whether that's the government on this clapped island, whatever. You just start to realize, like, hold on a minute, who am I gonna be? Where am I going? And I also need to, I guess, do some work on things that I've been through. I guess a form of shadow work and stuff like that, just really understanding who I was. And the first place I started with was that relationship with my mum. And I remember telling her, like, when you said this and you called me that and that was a nickname, I really used to go and, like, cry myself to sleep over that. And when I say, like, instantly that woman burst into tears, and I was like, I had no idea. It was just a joke. I was just trying to keep your energy up. And in that moment, I was like, okay. And I released all of it because I realized she was just trying to keep the joke kind of going.
Yeah.
And I love my grandma to death, her mum. But again, it's that thing of, like, she's my grandma. So I had the best relationship. And more time on the side, my mum's just like, is it? Is it? Is that how you talk to them? And so as much as they loved each other and whatnot, I knew their relationship in some spaces, wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. And the way that she was doing things, I was like, oh, you're only doing what you kind of think you should be doing in a way to handle it. Have you ever seen that when Maya Angelou, I can't remember the name of the poem, and it's about her smiling through things and the woman, and, like, she's talking about the things that have been said to her, and she's like, I laugh, ha 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 ha, and, like, she starts to cry in the performance. It's a bit like that, and there is a generational curse burden to be broken in. Actually, I'm going to meet you with even more love and softness and comfort, and that isn't what she did.
That's not what she did.
Not what she did.
Yeah, babe, you're butters.
She set her daughter up.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
She set her up for years of pain.
Yeah.
You know what? You've hit the nail on the head. She needs to go to therapy.
She does.
But she's saying to her daughter, you need to go. You actually need to go.
Yeah.
Because you are really like, I'm butters.
Yeah.
And then it's acting it out. because you are being horrible. Really, that is your seed.
And you don't think anything's wrong. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I'm married. So
Yeah,
it's
And you know what else
And
is
I had
interesting?
you, so
You know what we haven't thought about as
the
well?
cycle
Like
continues.
the fact that she says, "Oh, the other children aren't like that." The other children, in her mind, could be aesthetically beautiful, and she's probably projecting on them. So that's another reason why the daughter's probably there feeling some type of way about herself because she can
Yeah.
see
You feel it at
the
home.
way. Yes.
Yeah,
I
you know,
would
something
love
should be.
to know. I'm going to say it because it came
Yeah, go
to
on.
me. If that baby girl is dark skinned or light skinned, and
Interesting.
what the other kid is
Yeah.
like, I would love to understand that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I actually watched the TikTok, as I'm always on there, and there was a girl talking about that within her family. She is the eldest, and how her mum treated her. And she didn't want it shared, because I actually did message the girl as well and was like, we could share this on ours and like really discuss it. But that was her family dynamic. And she said that she had listened to her mum on 3 occasions that she spoke about in this TikTok, and her mum had called her various different type of like slave, like black bush baby, like just cussing her, but it was in a way like describing her. So she's like, oh, I'm talking
What?
this one. It's like she's talking about, let's say her name is Denise. Denise is over here, but then there's a cuss with it as well, referring to her darkness. But then all of her sisters never got that, and they're lighter. And it's so prevalent. It is. It's like, and she obviously, it's her mum. She loves her mum, and she's talking about it. She's like, but those wounds are really there. It's outside, you hear it, but then when your mum is doing it to you,
Was
as
her
well.
mum dark skin as well?
No, her mum was light.
I expect that from like, and I know this is stupid for me to say that, but I do like, I've seen that with the elder generation. So you see like my grandparents, well, my gran really, and that kind, and her little, she would say shit like that.
Yeah.
So I remember when I had my daughter, I made it very clear to him, my daughter's very pale skin, but I made it very clear to my gran, I'm not having you chat that shit around her, because that's not what I believe. She ain't gonna grow up thinking that she's any better than her darker cousin over here. So we're not doing that. We're not playing that game. But it's almost like that generation, they just felt like it was acceptable to say these sorts of things. And it's like, no, actually it's not.
Yeah, it's
It's not acceptable.
families, you know.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
families.
family-
It's definitely in
yeah,
families. I've
it's
seen
wild.
the dynamic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wild.
My mum is my tone, if not darker. No, she's darker, and then my dad, waste man,
Yeah,
is lighter than yourself. His eyes are almost like grey, lighter, and then I have a brother. He's lighter than you. His hair's blonde.
oh wow.
And then my sister is my tone, and then I have another sister who's light again, and then down the middle of my aunts and uncles and my mum's, it's light, dark. My grandma is light, and my granddad is darker than all of you, all of us.
Yeah.
Dark. So growing up, we never had any of that.
Neither did I, other than my gran.
I never
That age.
had any of that. What I did have on my dad's side was my. Let me just tell the secrets. What I did have on my dad's side, my dad's mum, she was always funny with me, and I didn't really understand why. And then, as I said, my brother is much, much lighter. Anyway, one day I was talking with my cousin. I was talking shit about her because we never really had this closeness with her. I spent every weekend at my grandma and granddad's.
Yep.
And I was close on that side to the point where I don't call any of those aunts and uncles this first name basis, because I just grew up with them in and around, not in and around, but in Thornton Heath. So every weekend without fail. And then when we had to go to the other grandparents, it was like formal dinners and
Okay.
la la la. So we'd always talk shit about other grandma. Cause what
Yeah.
you doing? I remember one time I saw her, and like my grandma, I would kiss on the lips and be like, and my grandfather. When I saw her, she would shake my hand, and I was like, "You're actually a mad somebody. Like it doesn't. Are you all right?" Anyway, long story short, I was taking the mick out of her hair because she's always had like this orange, gingery hair. I was like, why is she still lying like she's growing that ginger hair? My cousin was like, because it is her hair. And I was like, no, it's not. Like, where would she get ginger hair from? And she was like, oh, because she's mixed race. I was like, sorry, what? And she was like, yeah, didn't you know that? Like, grandma's mum was like a whole white Scottish woman in Jamaica.
a lot of
And
them.
dad was like, this, like, very
Are they from
dark
St.
skin.
Elizabeth?
Yeah.
St. Elizabeth is like loads of
Yeah.
that kind of.
That's where Jess is from.
Yeah.
I spent a bit of time in St. Elizabeth.
I was like, what? She was like, yeah, and they were treated really bad over in Jamaica. Like I guess the opposite in terms of like her being light skinned. She was bullied out of places.
Yeah.
When she got together with my granddad, none of my granddad's family accepted her.
Wow.
They were horrible to her. And then when they moved over here and they got the prominent jobs and she carried on that energy. So then when I came along, it was like, oh, okay. And then when my brother came along, light skinned because and I was like, Ross. But I didn't know that until like, I think in the past like 3-4 years. And then I remember calling my mum and being like, did you know that grandma da is like a whole mixed race woman?
It's so
like,
funny.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like, is that why your hair grows so long and so fast like that? Because the texture of my hair has always been, I have tight coils, but in other places it's just a bit
straighter.
Yeah, a bit straighter. She's like, oh, I thought that was because your grandma on grandma's side, her mum was
Caribbeans,
Indian.
man.
Indian, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? She's like, I didn't know that. And I'm just like, you lot, and these like
Caribbean.
But yeah, I think it just came to mind because I'm interested to understand how dark she is or isn't, etc. Because there's no beating around the bush about that.
No, there isn't.
That history that you said is very familiar, like the Scottish thing, because my daughter's in Grenada, we've got like a set of, in Jamaica it's St. Elizabeth, in Grenada it's Mount Moritz.
Right.
That's where all the Scottish people were living, but then like they've interblended over the years.
Yeah.
So like Egypt's got family, same like you said, they're like blonde, blue-eyed, and then you've got on her, then she's got dark skin. It's like all types of
indentation. I think it was indentation around
exactly.
So it's just like, but growing up, I didn't understand. Not that I didn't understand colorism, like I got it in school, but I had a great foundation. Like everyone loved my grandma. My grandmother never spoke to me in any way like that. And my grandfather the same. It was only when we went to her house where she'd like, my brother would get a little bit more food and little things like that.
You see the little favours.
There's little things. There's definitely little things.
He was the spitting image of like my brother's still here, Lord God.
Touch someone.
My brother is the spitting image of my father.
Okay.
And he was like always a favourite. And then my uncle, he has like 2 sisters and 2 brothers. 2 sisters, 1 brother. My uncle was a bit darker, and there was always friction between. And I was like, rah. Yeah. But then I'm not. As soon as I learned that as well, it's back to this thing very quickly of like what I was talking about in terms of that trauma being passed on, understanding. I'm like, well, I can't be mad at you because you went through horrors.
Yes. And it just carries on, innit?
Yeah, it does.
That's how it
I
goes.
just need to meet you with love. I'm just talking, sorry.
No, it's very insightful. However, we do have to wrap up. We do have to wrap up. Kevin, where can we pre-order and book your pre-order button? So sexual.
Book the button.
You can pre-order everywhere. It's on Waterstones. If you're worried about money, they're on the boycott list. But if you are worried about money, you can pre-order on Amazon, and Amazon will not take the money to the day of or the day before.
Okay.
They deliver. Yeah, so do that. But yeah, you can pre-order everywhere. But as I said, like it'd be great. I never make this work, whether it's in film or anything. I truly believe we're all part of a relay race. So I'm more than happy to make the thing. I don't have to win in all of the things. I just want to leave the door open enough that others are like, oh, that's sick. I will do it this way and go and do it. Yeah. So please do pre-order.
Yes.
Anywhere, everywhere.
Do it.
It's important, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
On the live video.
On the live.
I just need to say, happy independence, Grenadians. May God bless you. 50 years and all that, my G's. Literally, my greens.
Well done. We'll be back.
Yes, next week, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.